another ho-hum 3-0 win here at Inter&Co Stadium. That's sort of been the mantra for Orlando City lately, dominating in this building and climbing the Eastern Conference table. Two huge games against the two best defenses in MLS this week. We'll get you set for it. Let's put 10 minutes on the clock and get going on 10 and 10. First off, we got to go back to Saturday night, a 3-0 demolition of the New England Revolution. The first time Orlando City has swept the Revs in a single season in their 10-year rivalry history, and it was a great win. We'll take you back 22nd minute, short corner for Orlando City. Usually you're not thrilled with these, but look at this hit from Rafa Santos. That's why they do them all, because sometimes it turns into a golazo like this. Just the second goal ever for Rafa Santos in purple. A terrific moment for the Brazilian left back, and it put Orlando ahead 1-0. Late first half, Carlos Gil, what's he doing defending in the penalty area? Touching the ball with his hand, that's what. Instantly knew what he did, upset with himself, but there's nothing he can do about it as Facu Torres steps up and pots the penalty kick. More on the historic run that Torres is on in just a bit, but that really killed the game off. 2-0 Orlando at the break. Second half, Gil gets a shot at redemption with a free kick. Check out this save from Pedro Gallese. El Pulpo reaching out the very edge of his tentacle to stop that one from going in, getting New England back in the game. Another clean sheet for Gallese in his 150th appearance for the club. And then two substitutes finish it off. Terrific ball from Nico Lodeiro, finds Duncan Maguire, and the American back on the score sheet after signing his new contract. Maguire beating Aljaz Ivicic to put it away, make it 3-0 Orlando. That's how it would stay the rest of the night. As you can imagine, the mood was jovial after the game. Rafa Santos joking around during his press conference about being the best goal scorer in training. Now he finally got to show it on the field. Oscar Pareja, a very happy man after the win.
We feel very well. I would like to remark the discipline of the players in a very difficult game. It seems like we were precise in the moments that we needed the most. But the discipline and the commitment that we all have with the structure of the team just allow us to survive in moments where New England as well had their chances. So while we're growing collectively, the team will have a better chances to have performances like this and winning more points. So we're happy with it. Now within the game, I thought we had control, and when we had the chances, that is something that just made me very optimistic for what is coming, is that we are precise in the box. We're scoring goals again, and that makes us look like we're in a good pace. Congratulations to the players, to the fans. Thanks for joining us today, and see them in the standings always will be very encouraging for us.
With that win, Orlando City continues a torrid run of form here at home. The Lions have gone 8 straight without a loss in regulation here at Inter&Co Stadium. And against MLS teams, they have been utterly dominant. Their last 6 games in all competitions against MLS opposition, 5 wins, 1 draw, no losses, 16 goals better than their opponents, 20 scored, 4 conceded, averaging nearly 3.5 goals a match. It has been a historic scoring run here at home for Orlando City. At number 4, we got to shout out a new record holder, and we'll wait a little bit on Facu Torres because here it's Nico Lodeiro who's getting his flowers. Lodeiro has just picked up his 13th assist of the season, setting up Duncan Maguire's 3rd goal. That for Lodeiro is a new club single-season record. Facu Torres and Mauricio Pereira had reached 12 in previous seasons. Never had an Orlando player gotten to 13 in a single campaign until Lodeiro did it on Saturday night. 7 of Nico Lodeiro's 13 assists have come when he enters the match off the bench, providing one of the best super sub impacts in MLS. At number 5, finally, we will discuss Facu Torres. El Cuervo scoring once again the penalty kick goal on Saturday night. That brings him to 6 goals in his last 5 regular season home games. A ridiculous run for Torres, who's now just 2 goals back of Kyle Larin's all-time club record of 44 goals that has stood since 2017. Torres is also now 3 goals away from matching Larin for the most goals in a single season. Facu up to 15 in all competitions. Larin had 18 in his historic 2015 rookie campaign. All right, at number 6, all the facts and figures out of the way. Let's take a look at the Eastern Conference standings. 2 more teams jumped for Orlando City this week. They moved from 7th to 5th after Charlotte FC lost in Montreal. New York City only managed a draw at DC United. The Lions are ahead of NYCFC on goals for. They have the same record and the same goal difference. The big news, though, is that Orlando is now just 3 points back of the New York Red Bulls for 4th place. RBNY lost again this weekend in Chicago. They don't play Wednesday, and Orlando has more total wins if they win this game against Charlotte. So the big TLDR, Orlando City moves into 4th if they beat Charlotte FC on Wednesday night. Let's talk a little bit about Charlotte FC, the team with the 2nd best defensive record in MLS, 31 goals conceded, but just 26th in goals scored, only 32. And they've lost a couple of matches in a row, stumbling a bit lately after their terrific start to the year.
Fortune firing a shot and finding the bottom corner. An absolutely beautiful finish by the young Atlanta midfielder. And finally, they've broken through. Williams clears it away, and there is the final whistle. A massive win in the Eastern Conference.
Edwards making a run, but instead over the top. Caden Clark turning. Save is made, second chance, and Kalina gets onto it again. Joseph Martinez, he turns and shoots, and it's finally put home. Caden Clark with his first goal for Montreal. It was a fracas in front, and Caden Clark finishes it off. Montreal leads 1-0. Oh, what a through ball for Raheem Edwards. Opportunity here. Cuts it back. Bryce Stucco deflected. And it's 2-0 Montreal. Two goals in 3 minutes. And the home side in control.
Last time these two teams played was back in June at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Orlando went up a man for a good portion of that game. Looked like they might come away with a win. Charlotte, though, scoring against the run of play late on to go up 2-1. Facu Torres got the Lions a point with a late goal, but they'll feel like they should get all 3 from Charlotte. The two teams even at 2-2-2 in all competitions all time. Number 8, it's a vastly different Charlotte FC team than the one we saw back in June. They made some major signings over the summer window, headlined by a new DP attacking midfielder, Pep Biel. Spanish-born, but comes over from Greek side Olympiacos. He started the last 2 matches, had his best run in Denmark a few years ago when he was a 10-10 kind of attacker for 3 seasons for FC Copenhagen. The other big name, Tim Ream. Yes, that Tim Ream, the United States national team defender. He's displaced Andrew Privet from the starting lineup and, in fact, scored his first goal for Charlotte in his 3rd start on a set play against Montreal in that 2-1 defeat over the weekend. Ream with over 60 caps for the United States over the last 13 years. And it's a double game week, so at number 9, we'll look to Saturday when Orlando City faces maybe its toughest game of the year at Columbus on short rest. The Crew having an historic season. They reached the Champions Cup final and only lost perhaps due to food poisoning that the team suffered. They also won the League's Cup after that, destroying LAFC in the final. They come in 3rd place in the Eastern Conference. They've been shut out in their last 2 games, though. Had that bizarre game during the international break against Seattle where their goalkeeper was sent off and they didn't have a backup on the bench. They lose 4-0. Then the Hell is Real game this past weekend, a 0-0 contest with Cincinnati. So the Crew will be chomping at the bit to gain some ground on Cincy and get up to that 2 spot in the Eastern Conference. The Lions will hope to stop them.
The red card has just been shown to the goalkeeper, Abraham Romero.
I'm not going to critique an outfield player that's gone in now.
Decision day against the Timbers. What will be at stake that day? Quick shot, fire, goal. What a finish.
Kelsey takes it away. Quick shot. Forward. Acosta. The flag's down for now. Acosta is in! And the offside flag does come up. Moreira overlapping. Moreira driven across. Russell Rowe tried to just that in.
And finally at number 10, while Orlando City has struggled with the Crew the last couple times out, including that heartbreaking playoff loss here last year, they have fared well in Columbus in recent years. Last year, were 2-0 down at halftime, stormed all the way back. Duncan McGuire with an equalizer in second half stoppage time to take that game 2-2. And of course, that heroic comeback in the home game last year, a 4-3 win in one of the most famous games of the season in 2023. So don't count the Lions out in Columbus. The Crew know that Orlando City, especially lately, has some real bite. So now we're all set for maybe the biggest week of the season for Orlando City. The six-pointer with Charlotte Wednesday night, 8:15 kickoff. That game is free on Apple TV and also airing on FS1. And then 7:30 the usual time Saturday night in Columbus for the second game of the week. Enjoy the matches, everybody.